I've had a lot of people asking how we're able to get job offers after job offers, especially as an international student and immigrant. Well, in today's video, not only will I share all the behind the scenes struggles and rejections, yes, they're real, but also all my secrets in helping me secure high quality job offers, such as from McKinsey and Revolut. Let's get started. Hi, from Toronto, this is Angie. For those who don't know me, I was born and raised in China. I left home when I was 15 without really speaking any English. After graduating from Northwestern University, I got a job offer with McKinsey out of their Chicago office. In 2019, I left McKinsey and got a job offer with Revolut out of their Toronto office without any Canadian working experience, and was also able to secure a work sponsorship from them. You're probably thinking, oh my God, Angelina, you're so lucky, because it is extremely difficult to get a job as an international student or as a new immigrant. How did you do it? You probably don't even know what rejections look like. Others are probably thinking, please spill all your secrets, I want to do the same. Well, in today's video, not only will I share all the struggles and rejections, I will also share all the tips and tricks that really helped me along the way. So first of all, my journey of rejections and struggles. Yes, they're real. I have experienced my fair share of them, and I can tell you they're not fun. Let's dial the time back to September 2015. To me, that's probably one of the worst summer ever. I remember I just came out of a 3-month internship at a local consulting company. I was, however, not able to secure a full-time job offer, which meant that when I start the school again as a senior in college, I have to go back into the general application pool and try to secure myself with another consulting offer. Well, you're probably thinking, why consulting? It's such a competitive industry. Why not try something else? Well, unfortunately, as an international student in the US, in my case, there are only very few industries that are actually able to provide work sponsorship for international students. And consulting happens to be one of them. I really felt that the pressure was really on and the competition is definitely fierce. There's a Chinese saying about thousands of troops crossing single plank bridge. And I was really hoping that I wouldn't be the one that fall off. In addition to all that pressure, I was also dealing with a lot of negative emotions. I was constantly scared of the competition. I felt really rejected. I was not confident because of the rejection from my internship opportunity. I was thinking, geez, would I ever get another job offer from another consulting company if a small local one doesn't even want me? Am I actually capable of finding a job? At the same time, I was also feeling very angry and hopeless. I felt that I was just as capable as a lot of my friends and classmates. However, I wouldn't even be considered simply because I required that work authorization. So it was extremely hard and it was extremely difficult. So what did I do to turn it around? So here are some steps that I took that was really helpful for me and hopefully would be helpful for you as well if you're in the same boat. Number 1, address the pressure head on. I'm a believer in everything in moderation. So a little bit of pressure is always good. It keeps you going, it motivates you, it inspires you to be better. However, negative emotion can have a really detrimental impact on your performance, especially during such high-stake interview process. So, how to not give in to pressure? Well, there's one exercise that I know that always worked for me. It's called worst-case scenario planning. So what is worst-case scenario planning? It's very simple. What's the worst that could happen if I didn't secure a job offer? Well, there are plenty of things that I could actually do. It was only September at the time, so if I didn't get my job offer, I could just go and try it again later. Or after graduation, I can also try to get another degree, trying to figure myself out as well as getting some more time to prepare for the interview. Or I can just go back to my home country. The Chinese economy is really booming and there are plenty of opportunities where I can get a good job offer and learn a lot from that experience. So when you think about it, it's actually not the end of the world. It's actually not even that bad. So that really took the pressure off of me. Step 2, turn your disadvantage into advantage. I am also a firm believer of half glass full. I believe in every situation, if there is a negative side, there is also a positive side. So instead of just sitting around and blaming the government, the policy, everything that is out of my control, I learned to change my mindset and really trying to figure out how do I turn the situation around into my advantage. You're probably thinking, oh my God, what you just described sounds pretty terrible. How were you able to even turn that around? Well, there are actually two things that I did that really has helped in this situation. Number one, I took advantage of the small subset of companies that I can apply to. Yes, it sucks that I couldn't apply to all the companies out there, and I'm stuck with only a small subset of companies. However, it actually have helped me narrow down the list. So instead of having me to sit down and really trying to figure out the pros and cons of each company and trying to reduce the list, it actually naturally reduced the list for me. It means that I can be more laser focused in the companies that actually matter. It means that I can get to spend more time to get to know the company. It also meant that my recruiting process is not going to be as overwhelmed as all the other people are going to experience, because I don't need to just run around to all the networks events and feeling FOMO if I missed one. In the same time, it also saved my time so I can spend more time doing interview preps and case practices. It sounds pretty perfect, right? And the second thing I did was find uniqueness in my own experience. For all of my fellow international student and immigrant, you know this as well. It is definitely not easy to have to leave your family and friends, leave your home country, and go to a foreign world where you have to reestablish yourself, especially when English was not your first language. So we probably all have learned a lot from that experience and gained a lot of skills. So why wouldn't you use that in the interview process? A lot of people, when it comes to behavioral interview, are only limiting themselves to pick experiences that are from, for example, project work or past work experience. However, as long as you can still demonstrate the same skills or qualifications that the interviewers are looking for, it is absolutely okay to take examples from your personal experience. And it actually makes you more personable and memorizable. That's what I've done always the best. I utilized my experience when I was leaving home at an early age and had to really establish myself and learn the language when I was 15 years old. And a lot of people were very impressed about that and remembered me as the girl from China. Last but not the least, address the communications barrier. This is actually a sore point because this is the reason it cost me my full-time opportunity when I was doing the internship. The feedback that I received was that I wasn't able to communicate concisely and clearly, and they had concern put me in front of clients. I also tend to speak too fast when I was nervous. I also stuttered quite a lot when I was nervous. I also had a lot of ums and ahs in my speech when I was nervous. I believe this is a common issue for a lot of international students and immigrants, especially when English is not your first language. However, communication is so important, it can actually make or break the interview for you. So, what would you do? Very simple, one word: practice. Practice, practice, practice. Because practice makes perfect. I actually have a 3-level exercise that you can try that I would guarantee success. Level 1 exercise: practice speaking by yourself and record yourself. You're probably thinking, oh my God, I cannot look at myself or hear myself from video or audio. It is so awkward. Yes, I know exactly how you feel because that's how I felt every time when I had to watch my own YouTube video. It is definitely uncomfortable. However, that is also how you're going to learn. By rewatching your videos or listening to your audios, you can then start noticing all the ums and ahs in the speech or the little mistakes that you're making, as well as paying attention to the structure of your communication. And by understanding or noticing all these little mistakes, you can then be more mindful next time when you speak. This is exactly how you're going to learn and improve. Level number 2, practice speaking with someone else in a low-risk environment. Ask your best friend, ask your acquaintances, or just that guy from the career service to practice interviews with you, and ask them to specifically focus on giving you feedback on your communications. You would help simulate a more or less real environment with extra bonus of getting real-time feedback and without any additional risk. Level 3, Go off and talk to strangers. You're probably thinking, come on, I can't just go to the street and find some strangers to talk to. No. Go to your university's career fair. Find the companies that you have absolutely no interest in applying for and go talk to them. It is not a waste of time because it helps you to get more comfortable in talking with strangers. It actually simulates the real network event situation better, and it helps you practice your elevator speech. I will do another video that explains why elevator speech is so important and how you can get better at it, but you also definitely need the practice to make it perfect. And no, I know what you're thinking, you would not embarrass yourself. I mean, I have done this 1,000 times. I've talked to a couple hundreds of students in a single afternoon. Who do I remember at the end of the day? No one. Also, even if you really messed up really big, these are the companies that you have no interest in applying for. So again, it is another low-risk practice, but will get you more comfortable in front of interviewers in the future. In the end, before I wrap up, I also want to provide some more technical resource. So check out this website if you're an international student based in the US. Companies in the US are legally required to disclose whenever they file a document to hire an international professional. So take a look at the website and see what roles are filled for each industry, and you can adapt your recruiting strategy accordingly. So I know that job searching is an extremely difficult and emotional process. There's a lot of ups and downs, not to mention the additional difficulty and pressure by being an international student or immigrant. I've been there, I can empathize, and I definitely know that it is not easy. There are also so many things that are out of our control, whether it's the economy, whether it's COVID, whether it's immigration policy, or whoever is your interview during that day. However, also because of that, we must do the best we could in the areas that we can control, so that we can put our best foot forward and leave no regret. And believe me, if I could do it, you can do it too. Good luck with the job search experience. So, if you're interested in learning more about my journey in consulting or get more professional advice, check out my last video. Until next time, bye! Stop it!